this same group of people that Jesus, he dealt with these people even from the early days of his ministry. And we talked about this when we were doing our study through the Gospel of Mark, how that the scribes and the elders and the Pharisees, they would send people up to where the meetings were taking place up in the areas of Galilee, and they would be there for the purpose of disrupting. That was their whole reason for being there. Anything they could do to bring disruption to those meetings, they were there to do it. That was in the early days, before they finally decided that we just have to kill him. And now we find that Jesus has gone into the city of Jerusalem, and he's anticipating the Passover. He's gone into the temple. He's run the people out, the people who were doing all kinds of things that were just contrary to what that building was intended to be for. He called them a den of thieves. And now he was teaching the people. And this same group of people, chiefs, priests, elders, scribes. This is what is listed in Luke chapter 20, verse 1. And they came with a question. They said, by what authority do you teach these things? Why are you here in this temple? And why are you teaching these things? Who gave you permission to do this? Well, Jesus was always up on their game, and he knew where they were coming from. So he just turned the question. They said, well, tell me, let's talk about John. We refer to him as John the Baptist. He said, by what authority did he baptize? Well, now, this is created somewhat of a dilemma. This is one of those head-scratching things. Because these men knew that if they did not answer this correctly, and in any way they spoke negatively of John, there was a whole multitude here who was about to turn against them. And that was the reason why they hadn't come and taken Jesus at this time. Because when they finally did come and take him away there in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said to them, he says, why are you coming tonight here in the middle of the night? He said, I've been all around here. I've been in the temple. I've been teaching the people. Why didn't you come during the daylight hours and get me? Well, we know the reason why. Because they feared these crowds. They feared this multitude of people. So no, they were not going to answer the question by what authority that John the Baptist had preached and had baptized. And so Jesus simply said, well, if you don't answer my question, then I won't answer your question either. And once again, he was able to cause them to reveal themselves. That's one of the beautiful things about the ministry of Jesus Christ. He always had that ability to cause the people who were themselves being used to the enemy of God and reveal these things. And I think that if we continue to read and study the gospel of Jesus Christ, it'll help us all to be able to understand our place and our purpose here on this earth to bring the gospel to the world. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.